Good evening and welcome to Tech Talks, hosted by Vision Loss Alliance of New Jersey. My name is Linda Grosseff, Program Director, and with me this evening is Elsa Zavoda, Vice President of Programs.
Good evening, everyone.
As a reminder that tonight's program will be recorded, we ask that you please mute yourselves, and we will begin the presentation in about 30 seconds. Welcome to Tech Talk, hosted by Vision Loss Alliance of New Jersey. Tonight, we will explore NFB-Newsline, a great resource giving individuals who are blind, low vision, or print disabled access to more than 500 publications, emergency weather alerts, job listings, and so much more. NFB-Newsline is available using your phone, computer, mobile app, or Amazon Echo device. Here with us this evening to help us navigate this wonderful resource is Kathy Gosselin, NFB-Newsline Administrator for the District of Columbia. Before I turn the program to our presenter, I would like to share about our guest. Ms. Gosselin grew up in New Hampshire. As a person with vision loss, she began using the NFB-Newsline as a resource of her own. At that time, NFB-Newsline was a much smaller operation than present day. In the year 2000, Kathy graduated from George Washington University, where she studied international affairs. Shortly after that time, she began volunteering with the DC Public Library Adaptive Services. She began as a volunteer, rewinding the tapes that were returned. As a JAWS user and having skills in many areas of technology, she would often offer participants technical assistance, guiding them with instructions and encouragement. In 2011, Ms. Gosselin was offered a position as the DC Administrator for the NFB-Newsline. Before I introduce our guests, let's review our Tech Talk format for this evening. We ask that you hold your questions until Kathy cues you. When it's time for questions, we ask that you please use the raise your hand feature. A quick review. For those of you who dialed in, the raise your hand feature is *9. *6 will mute and unmute you, giving you the opportunity to ask your question. If you are on a computer, Alt-Y to raise your hand. Mute and unmute command is Alt-A. Using the Zoom app, on the iPad, top right, select the More option on the top of the screen and flick down to raise hand. On the iPhone, this feature is located at the bottom of the screen on the right-hand side. And now, at this time, I would like to introduce you to Kathy Gosselin. Welcome, Kathy.
Welcome. Thank you, Linda, and thank you, Elsa. So good to be with you and to be with all of you in this group. I'm really excited. Yes. Thank you so much for that. And I hope you I hope you're all having a very good evening tonight. My name is Kathy, and I've been a subscriber of NFB-Newsline since '96. What that is, it started out as a service with only 3 publications. It started out with the New York Times, the Chicago Tribune, and Baltimore Sun. And I heard from reading the Braille Monitor, I believe it was, that I could call this service and hear the readings of newspapers over the phone, meaning I would hear a pre-recorded reading of them, but it was a computer voice. And I called in and recognized the computer voice. It was the one I knew and the one I'd used on the computer for years. And I was quite excited about having access to the New York Times, especially because I was South Africa, people called me fanatic, very interested in what was happening there. So I signed up to that in maybe 2000, 99 or 2000. It's majorly expanded. It now includes over 450 newspapers and at least 50 magazines, which is always expanding. It's always adding new publications to what it includes, which is exciting. It includes, for example, it includes newspapers all across the country. I think there's only 2 states that are not included. I want to say South Dakota, North or South Dakota, and one other one, but I don't remember what that other one is. I never can remember what that other one is. But all the other states have newspapers on NFB Newsline at this point. And it includes newspapers from a number of other countries, several from the UK, as well as Israel, Egypt, I think, is in there, and Canada. I think there's one from Spain. There's quite a few to explore there, and they're all in English. And that was exciting that it added those newspapers, magazines to NFB Newsline. Magazines are diverse ones. They include everything from AARP magazines to guideposts to the National Geographic and National Geographic Kids, which is one I really like. It includes magazines for the blind, the ACB Braille Monitor, and the ACB Braille Forum. Pardon me for that one, and the NFB Braille Monitor, and a number of other ones. It includes a real good reading one, Harper's, and it also includes Atlantic. So there's just a lot in there to to explore and read. NFB Newsline also has job listings, weather reports for your area. You just type in your zip code and it will look up your weather reports. It also includes TV listings, and the way that works is a person can create a TV listings profile, so when the person calls in, they can hear. To go to your favorites, press 4, and your favorite is your favorite TV listings, meaning your local stations. So the person will put in their zip code, and then what stations they want to. Do you want to have access to this station, or do you not want to have access to it? You can select which stations you want to hear. I call in and I hear the listings for about 6 different stations in my area each week. So I can't remember if it was Linda or Elsa said. One thing I did last time is I called into NFB Newsline and I let you hear what it sounds like. So I'm glad to do that. I'm going to try three-way calling. So let's see if it works, and then you can hear what NFB Newsline sounds like. You hear what the voice sounds like, and I'll also let you hear the menus that it has. So I can show you what are things I can do. Now, just to clarify, when a person calls in, they have to enter in their user ID and security code the first time they call in. So NFB Newsline knows, okay, I'll just use my name. It'll say, the first time I called in, I had to enter in my user ID so it would know it was Kathy Gosselin calling in. Now I just have to push the number 1 to log in because it will recognize your phone number. After you call in the first time, it uses a caller ID system, so it'll recognize your number, and it'll just say to log in as person's name, press 1. I really like that. And then if a person starts using a second phone, an iPhone, for example, on it, NFB Newsline will recognize that second phone number as well as the first, so that both numbers will be recognized. I really think that's cool. So I'm going to call in using my regular landline, so you'll hear what it sounds like. Here we go with this. Okay, can you all hear me?
Welcome to NFB Newsline.
Para continuar en español, aprieta 2.
NFB Newsline is provided by the National Federation of the Blind along with state sponsors. To log in as Kathy Gosselin, press 1. Welcome to NFB Newsline for the District of Columbia, sponsored by the National Federation of the Blind and the Washington, D.C. Rehabilitation Services Administration. Welcome, Kathy Gosselin. Please select from the following options. Main menu. To read NFB Newsline news and tutorials, press 1. To read your state's information channel, press 2. To read newspapers in your state, press 3. To enter your favorites list, press 4. To read newspapers in a different state, press 5. To read local store circulars, press 6. To read magazines, press 7. For TV listings, press 8. For job listings, press 9. For subscribers control panel including local phone number lookup and speech control, press 0. Main menu. To read NFB Newsline news and tutorials,
Okay, so it'll take a
press
while to get
1.
to this, but I'm going to go to
read
New
your
Jersey
state's
to
information
see what it
channel,
has for
press
that.
2.
So I'm going to press
To
the
read
number
newspapers
5.
in your state, please select from the following regions. To select breaking news online, press 1. To select national newspapers, press 2. To select Spanish, press 3. To select magazines, press 4. To select national meetings of interest to the print disabled, press 5. To select international, press 6. For the end of the list, press 7. To hear this list again, press 8. For the next 6 items, press 9. To select Alabama, press 1. To select Alaska, press 2. To select Arizona, press 3. To select Arkansas, press 4. To select California, press 5. To select Colorado, press 6. For the previous 6 items,
I'm going to go
press
quickly
7.
through
To
this
hear
because
this
we
list
don't
again,
hear all
press 8.
of
For the
them.
next item, to select Connecticut, press 1. To select Idaho, press 1. To select Louisiana, press 1. To select Maine, press 2. To select Mississippi, press 1. To select Missouri, press 2. To select Montana, press 3. To select Nebraska, press 4. To select Nevada, press 5. To select New Hampshire, press 6. For the previous 6 items, press. To select New Jersey, press 1. Please select from the following content options. To select the Asbury Park Press, press 1. To select the Associated Press New Jersey, press 2. To select the Bergen Record, press 3. To select the Burlington County Times, press 4. To select the Courier Post, press 5. To select the New Jersey Blindness Advocacy Organization News, press 6. For the end of the list, press 7. To hear this list again, press 8. For the next 6 items, press 9. To select the New Jersey Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired, press 1. To select the New Jersey Grocery Ads, press 2. To select the New Jersey Transit, press 3. To select the New York Times, press 4. To select the Newark Star Ledger, press 5. To select the Talking Book and Braille Center channel, press 6. For the previous 6 items, press 7. To select the Violent Daily Journal, press 1. For the previous 6 items, press 7. To hear this list again,
Any
press 8.
preference on
For
which
the
one we go
beginning of
to?
the list, press 9.
I was curious about New Jersey Transit. What does it bring you
Okay,
to?
that might be back further.
Please select from the following regions. To select
no,
New Jersey,
all the way
press
back to
1.
that.
To select New Mexico, press 2. Please
To New
select
Jersey.
from the following. To select the New Jersey Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired, press 1. To select the New Jersey Grocery Ads, press 2. To select the New Jersey Transit, press 3. In general announcements, there are 3 articles in this section. Article 1, NJ Transit Informational Public Hearing Notice, November 3rd. NJ Transit Informational Public Hearing Notice. In accordance with Section 5 of PL 1984 C578 of SCDRTAP, NJ Transit is conducting a public hearing in order to gather information and receive comments from interested parties concerning programs developed pursuant to the Senior Citizen and Disabled Residents Transportation Assistance Program, SCDRTAP, Act. We will be offering three virtual informational hearing sessions which will cover the southern, central, and northern regions of New Jersey. The Senior Citizen and Disabled Residents Transportation Assistance Program funds capital, operating, and/or administrative expenses for locally coordinated community transportation services for senior citizens and people with disabilities. The program also funds accessibility improvements to NJ Transit's fixed route bus and rail system, the provision of technical assistance to the counties, and the administration of the statewide program. All materials to be reviewed at this hearing are available in accessible format upon request.
Yeah,
Closed
can you hear it?
captioning is available for hearing impaired
We can hear
individuals. Individuals requesting language support should contact customer service at 973-275-5555 at least 10 business days prior to the hearing date. If you plan to speak at one of these virtual hearings, please contact Cecily Derrick at derrick@transit.com or leave your contact information via voicemail at 973-491-7777
Actually, Linda, I think I'm going
by
to join
Monday,
this. I
October
got an
24th,
email on it.
2022. The public is invited to the November 3rd hearings below, at which time they will have a full opportunity to express their views regarding the Senior Citizen and Disabled Residents Transportation Assistance
I
Program.
recommend
In
that.
order to assure that all members of the public are given an opportunity to be heard, comments will
Exactly.
be limited to 3 minutes. Written comments for the record may be sent to Public Hearing Comments 2022, NJ Transit, Local Programs and Community Transportation, 1 Penn Plaza East, 4th floor, Newark, New Jersey, 07105-2246, or via email at publichearings@transit.com by Wednesday, October 26, 2022. Senior Citizens and Disabled Residents Transportation Assistance Program Informational Public Hearing. Date, Thursday, November 3rd, 2022. Session 1, 5:00 p.m. Southern Region. Session 2, 6:00 p.m. Central Region. Session 3, 7:00 p.m. Northern Region. Join on your computer or mobile app. Click here to join the meeting. +1. 862-294-4371. Toll, United States, Newark. Phone conference ID 787-448-380. Find a local number reset PIN. For those who have access to email, please contact Cecily Derrick at derrick@intransit.com by Monday, October 24, 2022, and you will be emailed the link to join the meeting via video teleconference. For those who do not have access to a PC, laptop, iPad, tablet, or smartphone with email, please use the telephone number and conference ID access code listed above to call in via telephone. With this annual notice, we also invite the public to review and comment on the state management plans, SMPs, for the following federal grant programs administered by NJ Transit. FTA Section
Okay, so
5310,
for
the
example,
Enhanced
is that
Mobility
good?
of
'Cause I
Seniors
could-
and Individuals with
A
Disabilities
lot of
like
great
to-
Program.
information.
FTA Section
What's
5311,
A lot of
Non-Urbanized
good
Area
information.
Formula Program for rural
Yeah,
areas.
would you like to hear the rest of this
These
or
are
go to the next
available for
one?
No,
review and
that's
comment on
okay.
the S-Rides
Continue.
Okay,
website at
so to go to the next article, it's easy. Just to go forward, you press
Click
the
on
number
the
3
Documents link.
to start
Copy of
like this,
Article 1, NJ
It just press the
Transit
number 2 and it
Informational
started
Public
over.
Hearing Notice, November 3rd.
and to press to go back, but
NJ
you can't go
Transit
back at Article
Informational
1. It
Public
would you
Hearing
just
Notice.
press the number 1.
In accordance with
But I'll go to
Section
number
5 of
2 and see
PL.
what that is. Let's see.
1984. Article 2, Introducing Magnus Mode app. Introducing Magnus Mode, a new app to help make riding the bus easier for customers
Oh, that
who
sounds
need a
good.
little help. Magnus Cards by Magnus Mode is a digital life skills app with guides to help some people with disabilities to perform everyday activities. NJ Transit has partnered with Magnus Mode to develop 5 NJ Transit Magnus Cards decks, each of
Would
which
you like to hear
focus
this?
on a different aspect of using NJ Transita Sense.
You can continue, Kathy. I know everybody has such very different
That
interests.
offers step-by-step visual, audio, and text-based guidance on how to plan a bus trip, buy a bus ticket, board and ride a bus,
Oh, that
enjoy
sounds
a
good.
safe bus trip,
So then if
and
I'm-
buy a
if I'm
bus
done
with a
with this
mobility
section,
device.
Meaning
The
if I'm
decks
reading it
also
and I'm done with
include
this section, I would
guidance
just
on
press
fares
the
and
star
passes,
key and I could
trip
bring back to
planning,
the previous
navigating,
menu.
Please select from the following content options.
now I'm back at
To
the previous
select the
menu.
Asbury Park, press 1. To select the Associated Press New Jersey, press
I
2.
like it,
To
New
select
Jersey
the
in
Bergen
general.
Record, press 3.
Um,
To select the Burlington County Times, press 4. To select the Courier Post, press
know,
5. To select the New Jersey Blindness Advocacy Organization
I
News,
want to get to a
press 6.
newspaper so
For
you
the
can see
end of the
something
list,
about
press
that.
7. To hear this list again, press 8. For the next
I think
6 items,
2 was a
press
newspaper.
9.
Let me
To
see.
select the Please select from the following available issues for the Associated Press New
Oh, it's
Jersey
not-
dated
that's good
Wednesday,
enough.
November 2nd, 2022. Press 1 for the Associated Press New Jersey dated Tuesday, November 1st, 2022. Press 2.
Okay, so notice it said you could hear today or yesterday. So I'm going to press number 1 to go to yesterday for today. Newspapers, it would give you the option of 1, 2, or 3, 3 being Sunday.
Select from the following
push the number
sections
1.
or press 99 for continuous reading. Business, financial, press 10. Lottery, press 11. Sports, press 12. State, press 13.
How does state sound? That.
In state, there are 5 articles in this section. Article 1, suspect in wounding of 2 Newark police officers apprehended. The Associated Press, Newark, NJ, Newark, New Jersey.
Then it just reads this article.
Authorities have apprehended the
If
suspect
you're like, oh, I want to
charged
read
with
that, you
attempted
read it,
murder
but if
for
you want to go to the
allegedly
next, you
shooting
just
and
push the
wounding
number
2
3.
Newark police officers. Released to the year.
Then I just
Article
push it
2,
twice.
no charges in police shooting of man in Asbury Park. Standoff
should've
by Wayne Perry. Associated Press. The Associated Press, Asbury
Okay,
Park,
3.
J. Article 3, New Jersey, what to expect on election night by the Associated Press. The
That is-
Associated Press. Contests for the state's 12 U.S. House seats are the top of the
12,
ticket this year. Article 4, gunman who wounded 2 Newark police officers remains at large at the Associated Press.
It's very
Newark,
sad to listen to the
Newark,
news.
New Jersey. 8B, authorities are searching for a gunman who wounded 2.
We had a lot of fun with National Geographics for kids
Press
the other
99
time.
for
Yeah, let's do
continuous
that. Let's
reading.
go to that.
Business, financial,
So
press
maybe you
10.
didn't hear that.
Please
So let's go
select
to
from
that.
the following
I'm gonna go
available
to
issues
magazine.
for the Associated. Please select from the following content options. To select the Asbury Park Press, please select from the following regions. To select New Jersey, press 1. To select New
I'm getting
main
out of that
menu.
area altogether.
To read NFB-Newsline news and tutorials,
It's
press
4
1.
magazine, I think.
Please select from the following content options. To select My Newspaper, press 1. To select the ACB Braille Forum, press 2. To select the Access World,
I'm
press
gonna put
3.
none a
To
few
select to select the BBC, press 1. To select the Guardian, press 1. To select the National Geographic Kids, press 1.
Perfect.
To select the New York Review. Please select from the following available issues for the National Geographic Kids dated Tuesday, November 1st,
Oh, we got November
2022.
1st on it.
Press
Let's
1
push the
for the
number 1.
National Geographic. Please select from the following sections or press 99 for continuous reading. Cover story, press 10. Departments, press 11.
How about departments?
In departments, there are 7 articles in the section. Article 1, Weird But True. Check out these outrageous facts by Julie Baer and Michelle Harris. Sloth bear use their snouts and lips like vacuums sucking up insects or snacks. Teams of soccer playing robots compete annually at the RoboCup. Afghanistan and Azerbaijan are the only countries that start but don't end with an
Okay,
A.
so I'm going to push the number 2
Elephants
to go to
can
the
swim
next
for
one.
up to Article 1, Weird But True.
Oh, that's
Check
the
out
first one.
these outrageous facts by Julie Baer
wanna
and
hear this?
Michelle Harris. Sloth bear use their
Yes.
Hey,
snouts and like
you can
vacuums
keep
sucking up
continuing. I know we do have a question. If you want
and
to
robots
stop
compete
for a
annually
moment,
at the
Matthew's
RoboCup.
had his hand up
Afghanistan
for
and
forever.
Azerbaijan are the only countries
Kathy, can you turn up the volume so we can hear it?
up to you.
Yeah, that was a quick question. Why did they change
Do
the
that.
circulars instead of different sections, like listing the sections?
Matthew, hold on one second, because it's hard to hear your question with the
Yeah, let
Newsline
me
going.
get out of-
The National Geographic.
So let Kathy get to a place where she can pause.
Yeah, I couldn't find a pause button, so I just got out of it.
All right, now, Matthew, please ask your question.
Why did they change the circulars, like for, like, let's say Target? Instead of listing the section, they go page 1 plus 11, page 2 plus 3. Instead of like they're saying sporting goods plus 11, men's plus 12. Why did they change why did they change it?
Oh, that's what it was saying. It was saying the name of each section, and then you would press each 2-digit number to get to each section. So, for example, the Associated Press would say, like, business, press 10, editorial, press 11.
Yeah, like I was listening about Target and Walmart. Instead of listening to different sections or departments, they were saying page 1 plus 11,
Oh,
page 2.
I don't know why it would do that. That's weird.
Because how do you know what section you want to go to? That's what they're asking.
Yeah, I
if
don't
you
know.
why.
I never check out the store circulars, so I don't really know. Yeah.
Just was curious if you knew why they changed it. You know, these are different.
But I'm going to tell you how to call NFB itself and ask them questions like this, because I just don't know this one. But definitely the best person to speak to is your local administrator. And I'll tell you how to do that. And also, if you don't either don't know how to contact that person, meaning if you don't have their phone number, or if they don't have an active administrator, I hope they would. But if they don't, you can always call NFB-Newsline directly, or NFB directly, and go to the section called NFB-Newsline and speak to their staff, because I've had to call them, because I use this myself, so I've had to call them with questions.
Thank you so much.
Sure,
Thank
Matthew.
you.
I'm really glad to help.
Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Hey, you too. Oh, you're not leaving, are you?
Where you going, Matthew? We do have 2 more.
I have another meeting to go to. I'm a chaperone for the youth group meeting.
Oh, that's
Have
great.
fun, Matthew. Nice to see
So
you.
I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone.
Yep.
We have 2 questions.
Okay, what's another one?
All right. So phone number, last 4 digits, 9298. You can ask your question.
Hi. I was wondering when I first came on, and I did come on a few minutes later. So what I was wondering is, how do you get, there was one section where it said the Commission for the Blind for this, and shopping, 2 was for shopping ads and things. Okay. How do you, usually when you have to press something else, because when I first go on, it tells you about the newspapers, and it tells you, I use this all the time on the phone, but I don't know how to get to that.
Well, what I did to get to that was I went to where it said to read newspapers in a different state, because I wanted to see what New Jersey had, since I don't live there. I pressed the number 5 to read newspapers in a different state, and then then there's a list of categories like magazines, or international magazines, national, breaking news online. Oh, I can tell you about that. And other ones, and then it has an alphabetical list of states. So I pushed the number 9, because it lists these groups in groups of 6. So in order to avoid hearing
I get that. I've done that because I'm in New Jersey, and I like to read the Times. But what I'm saying is, I've never seen anything that says, when I came on, it was saying 1 for the Commission for the Blind, 2 for the transportation, 3 for, or 2 for shopping ads, or 3 for transportation. How did you get to that section?
What I did is I went to the list of states, and then I went to New Jersey. And when I went to New Jersey, right away it was listing a list of a mixture of newspapers and things like you just said. What most people, what I do anyway, I live in Washington D.C., and what I do for D.C., which is what I'm the administrator of, is I create a separate section called the information channel, which is what most people have. Number 2 is the information channel, and you might find those things there too. I don't know, and it would list things like that. But with New Jersey, it had them mixed in with the newspapers, which I was a little surprised at. You just press get to the state of New Jersey and then listen to the menu.
I'll try it,
and
or I'll pull in and see myself. But I'll try it.
Yeah.
We have another question, Kathy, if you're ready.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Ashley, you can unmute.
Yeah.
yourself.
Oh, that must be me. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
you.
Hey. Okay. I'm trying to follow what you're doing. So, are you pressing like star to get back to the main menu for your list of publications? And once you're in a publication, pressing 2, or was it 3 to get the next article?
3. Well, you're exactly right. Star, if you're reading a publication, you're like, I'm done with this one, and I want to go to the next one. Stars will get you back to the main menu. You push it several times to get back to the main menu because it goes back menu by menu. So in other words, first you'll be in, say, reading the New York Times, and then you press the star, and it gets you back to the list of publications, and then you press star
to
again.
go back up more. Okay.
Yeah, you just have to do it several times, and then it'll say main menu, and that's when you can hear a list of the main options. And you're right. When I was reading articles, 2 would start an article over again, but 3 would go forward to the next one.
Oh, that's the difference. Okay. So 3 moves forward to the next article. Is that what you're saying? Okay, because I thought you pressed both, and I'm like confused. Oh, okay. So then the 2, is that staying in the did you say that's the beginning of an article?
Yeah, it starts you out at the beginning of an article, but to go to the next one, just hear the headline and be like, I want to read that, or I don't want to read that. And then you can either just listen to that, or you can just press 3 and go to the next one, and it will go to the next thing. What I've never done is 99 for continuous reading. I don't know if you can start in the middle of the section or if you have to start at the beginning. I'm not clear on that. I haven't tried, 'cause I would never do that one.
Oh, okay. Also, at some point, can you demonstrate how you spell a certain word if needed? Because I heard that that's possible, but I've never done it. I actually occasionally use Newsline. We have a local reading service in our area. I'm also just outside DC actually, so I use that service more than Newsline. But anyway, and they don't have a way to really spell things. But in that service with the Washington Ear, it's called.
Yeah.
But anyway, on Newsline there is. So yeah, I was wondering about that. And when it says articles, like the number of articles, is that the number of articles in the section or in the paper as a whole? Or
Definitely in the
what does that
section.
refer to?
It refers to articles in the section. So, like for example, when I went to the New Jersey Transit, there were only 5 articles, but that was in just the New Jersey Transit section.
Oh.
But yeah, I know MWE, and what's confusing is to go forward an article, MWE is number 2, and to go forward an article with Newsline is number 3. So it's a little confusing. I mix that up all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, and lastly, I presume can you speed up and slow down the volume in this service?
Yeah, you definitely can.
Okay,
I think
wonderful.
It's 7 speeds it, or sorry, 9 speeds it up, and 7 slows it down.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Sure.
We do have another question.
Yes,
At
please,
this
what's
time, Alicia, can you please unmute yourself to ask your question? Alicia? Alicia, can you unmute?
Sorry, I couldn't find it.
That's okay, you found it.
Um, two things. Would the NFB ever come out with something for the TV, like if you wanted to listen to the report on the Olympics? Would it ever do that? And does it have recipes?
Well, first of all, I don't see how it could come up with TV itself. It would come out with TV listings, so you could see what TV stations are playing things. But it wouldn't come out with the,
it wouldn't
yeah,
come
it
out
wouldn't come
with
out with
like
TV itself.
no, not the TV itself, but like a report.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. With the report, definitely. What I would recommend with that is newspapers will have TV listings, and not TV listings. I'm sorry, TV reports on TV shows. For example, if you went to you just gave a good example. If you went to the sports section of any newspaper, it would talk about whatever happened, whether it's Olympics or whether it's local teams playing basketball or football or whatever's happening currently, and you can hear those.
Okay.
So that's the best place for that.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, I hadn't mentioned a service. You heard it at the beginning. Breaking News Online. What that is, that's a service. It doesn't mean you have to go online to read it. It's called that because it gets the information from online. Is I think why it's called that. That has news stories that are happening throughout the day. The newspapers are put on the NFB-Newsline at like 6 or 7. I think at like 6, or maybe even 5 a.m. And Breaking News Online will go and get stories somehow throughout the day. So they'll have Associated Press or Reuters or BBC or NPR, things, or CNN, things like that. And they would have stories that are happening as they're happening. So if there's a big headline going on, for example, the upcoming elections, I'm sure they'll have all kinds of stuff on that one. And I'm sure they did with the new Prime Minister of the UK, which I was really interested in. So I didn't check that section out. I mostly just checked out the New York Times the next day. But yeah, there's all kinds of things in that section. In terms of spelling words, I don't remember how to do it, but I think it's pound 6 or something like that. I could try that. I don't believe it's pound 9. I think pound 9 is how you search for a word. Pound 6 spells a word, but we can definitely try that. And if it messes up, it'll tell me that I did something that didn't work. We can definitely try that. I think that might be the way to do it. But I actually was wondering about this because I wanted to get to the spelling of the the UK Prime Minister. And I finally asked Alexa, and she told me because I couldn't figure it out. But yeah, let's see if we can try this. Okay, let's see if we can do that.
Welcome to NFB Newsline.
Para continuar en español, aprieta 2.
NFB Newsline is provided by the National Federation of the Blind along with state sponsors. To log in as Kathy Gosselin, press 1. Processing your request. Welcome, Kathy Gosselin.
Okay,
Please select from the following options. Main menu. To read NFB Newsline news and tutorials, press 1. To read your state's information channel, press 2. To read newspapers in your state, press 3. To enter your favorite, please select from the following categories. To select Kids Reading Corner, press 1. To select News and Commentary, press 2. To select Popular, please select from the following content options. To select the Animal Tales, press 1. To select the Catster, press 2. To select the Dogster, press 3. To select the Girls Life, press 4. To select the Highlights, press 5. To select the J14, press 6. For the end of the list, press 7. To select the National Geographic Kids, press 1. To select, please select from the following available issues. For the National Geographic Kids rated, please select from the following sections, or press 99 for continuous reading. Cover story, press 10. Departments, press 11.
Go to cover departments.
In departments, there are 7 articles in the section. Article 1, Weird But True. Check out these outrageous facts by Julie Baer and Michelle Harris. Sloth bear use their snouts and lips like vacuums sucking up insects or snacks. Teams of soccer playing robots compete annually at the RoboCup. Afghanistan and Azerbaijan are
for Afghanistan.
invalid selection. Afghanistan, Azerbaijan. Entering spell mode.
Okay, I did
Afghanistan.
5.
And. Beginning of sentence. And. Afghanistan. Afghanistan. Afghanistan.
No, that's not it. Let's see. I'm trying to remember how to spell a word.
Afghanistan and Azerbaijan are the only countries that, but
I pressed,
Afghanistan.
I'm trying 0. I'm trying to, maybe it's 2.
Afghanistan.
AFGHANISTAN.
Okay, so what I did is, I thought it might be this. I pressed the number 6 when I got into the sentence. So let me see how I did that, because I have to review it myself. Let's see.
Leaving spell mode. Elephants.
I did
can swim
star
for
5.
Entering spell mode. Elephants.
And then I'm at the word elephant. So if I want to see how to, it's in a sentence. It's at the beginning of a sentence. If I want to see how to spell the word elephants, I would do #5.
Please exit spell mode before initiating a search.
Oh, no, I
Elephants.
can't do a search. I think it was the number 5. I'm sorry, it's the number 5.
Elephants.
So it's saying that's your current word. If I want to go forward a word, I would press the number 6.
Can. Swim. FOR. UP. TO. 6 hours. Without. Resting.
Okay, I'll just do it at resting. And if I want to go back, I think I pressed the number 4. So let's try that.
Hours. 6 TO.
Yep.
6 hours. Without.
Resting.
Resting.
I'm surprised it didn't stay with that. Without. I guess without. Yeah, resting would be at number 5.
Resting.
And then number 4 goes back to without.
Without.
So say I'm without, and I want how do I spell without? Then I'd press the number 2, which is like saying your current word. So you just go above 4, 5, and 6 words, or move forward and move backward. Move forward a word, or go backward a word. Or push 4 is backward a word, 5 is current word, and 6 is forward a word. So you just go above it, and you could press 2 to spell it.
WITHOUT.
Yeah.
WITHOUT.
Yeah, so that's how it does that. I really appreciate you asking me about that, because I had to review it, and I'm glad to show you this to all of you, because not only is it important, but yeah.
We have another question, but before I get to you, Ginny, I'll get to you in 2 seconds. I just want to ask you, there's a lot of like commands, if I'm using the proper terminology. So is there somewhere that there is a listing that people can get if they participate in NFB-Newsline for all of the different, 9 speeds it up, 7 slows it down, 3 goes to the next article. Is there like a listing of those, like a definition, a glossary or something?
There is a user's guide, and I'll show you where I think that is. I think that's at number 0, which is the subscribers control panel.
Okay.
Or maybe it's not. That might be, the user's guide might be if I hold down the number 1, and it'll go into that. Let me see if that works. I'm going to get out of spell mode.
Please select from the following sections.
I'm going to hold down the number 1 and see if it goes to user's guide.
Cover story.
No, it didn't. Okay, so let's get out of
Please
that.
select from the following available issues for the National
I'm going to press
Geographic
the number
Kids dated
0.
Tuesday, November 20.
Okay, I see why it didn't work, because I'm in a newspaper and it thinks I'm going to do 0, 1 for a second. So let me get back to the main menu.
We apologize, but Newsline found no match. Please select from the following option. Please select from the following categories. To select Kids Reading Corner, press 1. To select News and Commentary, press 2. To select Popular Culture, press 3. To select Science, main menu. To read NFB-Newsline and to Subscribers Control Panel menu. Press the star key to exit. To look up a local phone number, press 1. To modify your speech settings, press 2. To continue reading where you left off, press 3. To enter a global search, press 4. To edit or create your My Newspaper, press 5. To edit your favorites list, press 6. For the end of the list, press 7. To hear this list repeat, press Subscribers Control Panel menu. Press the star key to exit. To change your weather zip code, press 1. To edit all your online favorites,
I press
press
the number
3.
9 to go in.
For the previous 6 items, press 7. To hear this list repeated, press 8. For the beginning of the list, press 9.
Are you still there? I want to make sure I'm still
0.
with you guys.
We're all here.
Okay, I'm going to press the number 1. I thought that was the user's guide.
Code is 20009 in Washington, District of Columbia. Press 1 to keep the zip code and continue, or press 2 to end. Thank you for using NFB-Newsline. Goodbye.
Oh, didn't want to do that. I'm trying to remember how they.
We do have another question from Ginny.
Okay,
Ginny?
please.
My question was your question. I'm totally confused. And I said, I would need, since I've never done this, to have a guide to help me to get through this. That's what you were asking, something that you could refer to if you're doing it by yourself, that you know what numbers to hit. That's a basic thing that you have to start with, I think anybody would have to start with.
Yeah.
And then from there, you could play around with other things. But unless you had that user guide, you wouldn't know what the heck you were doing.
Yeah, I think I know where this is. I just remembered there's a part of the information channel I think would have it. So I'm going to call into this again. I get disconnected because of something I just did. So I'm going to call into it again. And I'm going to go into one or two. One is the NFB-Newsline News and Information. So I think that would be where that is. So I'm going to call into that again. Okay, let's see if that works. Yeah, the thing is, you're right. I really should have looked this up before I called into this.
Welcome to
I apologize for
NFB-Newsline.
that.
Para continuar en español, aprieta 2.
NFB-Newsline is provided by the National Federation of the Blind along with state sponsors. To log in as Kathy Gosselin, press 1. Welcome, Kathy Gosselin. Please select from the following options. Main menu. To read NFB-Newsline news and tutorials, press
there
1.
we go, tutorials.
To read your please
I just
select
pressed the
from
number
the
1.
following options. To select NFB National Channel, press 1. To select NFB Newsline News, press 2. To select NFB Newsline, How to Booklet, a user guide for the telephone service, press 3. For the
I just pressed 1 and then
NFB
3.
Newsline How to Booklet, there are 16 articles in this section. Article 1.
Hello, and welcome to the NFB Newsline How-To Guide. We have prepared this tutorial to help you get started on using this valuable service. It's broken down into 15 lessons. You can conveniently skip past individual lessons on the phone by pressing the number 3. So let's get started. NFB Newsline is an information access service for the blind.
This is an introduction section. I'm going to go to the next one.
A variety of
so
different
you can see what they
information
are.
and publications.
Article 2.
Main menu. Welcome to NFB Newsline. From any touch-tone telephone call,
Okay, I'm going to get to word like
Newsline
navigation.
provides
Article 3.
Lesson 2, Reading Publications.
Oh, here it
After
is.
selecting a category from the main menu, follow the prompts. NFB Newsline service holds the current day, most recent Sunday edition. For magazines, NFB News current issue, and the for magazine that you wish to read, the system will prompt reports, editorial, news, etc. We also use the continuous an article. Use these key commands to 1. Move back to previous article. 2. Reread current article. Move to next article. 4. Read previous. 5. Read current sentence. 6. Read next sentence. 7. Slow down speaking. Change speaking voice. 9. Speed up speaking. 0. Pause. 0 puts you in there. 1 or 3 adjust volume. 4 or 6 will change sound sign. Will put you in the help mode while reading a newspaper. Or we'll go back one menu. Pound 3 to hang up, pound 9 to activate. Note, pressing pound 9 will bring up a submenu. 2 for the current article, 4 for the full newspaper or magazine. Individual articles will be sent to you within the. To request a section or full paper magazine.
So that's how you get to that. You press the number 1 for NFB Newsline, news and information, and then the editorial was 2 or 3.
The user guide was 3.
3. So yeah, it was 3. So let's see what other categories they have.
Before you go on, we do have 2 questions. I don't know if they may be in the same subject area. Lori?
I
would like to know if you're going to.
Go ahead, Laura.
Okay. I'd like to know if you're going to cover the other methods, features and functionality for accessing the service via the web using a browser. The mobile app has lots of really great features that you can email yourself an article and other things, and also how easy it is to access using the Echo device.
Yes, I can definitely talk about that. Though I haven't done a whole lot with that, especially with the new mobile app. They've changed it. NFB has recently updated that, and I haven't worked with it yet. But I have it. I just got a new iPhone in August, so I haven't done much with it. Yeah, can you believe it's August? Or maybe July. It's already November, so I should be doing more with my iPhone, I think, including plugging it in when it needs to be plugged in. But yeah, definitely can talk about that. Would you like me to do that at this point?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we could switch gears.
Yeah, there's several. I'm going to get out of Newsline at this point. Okay. There's several ways that a person can read NFB Newsline. The phone is the most popular way to do it, but a person can also read email by going to the NFB Newsline website or selecting that they have articles emailed to them. That's something that I haven't done anything with, but I think it can select specific publications, having the publication emailed to them, or just a section of the publication that they're interested in. I think that's one way they can do it. Another way people can access NFB Newsline is as what was your name again? I'm trying to remember.
Lori.
Lori said
who
with
asked the question.
With the mobile app, a person can have NFB Newsline on their app, and they can put in their login information, so it'll automatically, when the person uses their iPhone, it will go right into their publications, and the person can read whatever they have for that have been put on the NFB Newsline that day for the newest editions of their publications. So that's something that don't have a lot of familiarity with. Another way that I use NFB Newsline, and I'm trying to do this more, is the Victor Reader Stream. Do any of you have that?
Yes, it's great.
Yeah, what would I know what would you do without it, right? I mean, I know I'm constantly using that thing. The Victor Reader Stream is an audio player that HumanWare provides, and NFB Newsline, if a person has Wi-Fi, it'll go and basically collect the publications that you want to read each day and put it in there. It'll give you the today's edition, yesterday's edition, and then with newspaper Sunday's edition. And then a person can go into their Victor Reader Stream and press the number 1 to go between publications. And then if they go to level 2, it goes to number 1 goes to the different sections, and level 2 goes to the different. So you press the number 2 to go between level 1 and level 2, and whatever the other topics are, and then you can go to the different articles within that section. So that's how that works. And with that, it'll automatically delete the publication from 2 days ago, and give you tomorrow's and today's, for example. But the other thing you could do is you can prevent that. I found out last week I can actually push the number 3. If I'm reading a publication, there's a lot in there I want to read, I can say prevent auto-delete of this publication, or I can save it to my SD card so it's safe from being deleted that way. So that's a popular way to read it. another way to read NFB Newsline is to say to your Amazon Echo, open NFB Newsline, or however it says it, and then it'll. I'm trying to remember if I have to log in. I think after the first time I don't have to log in, but I'm not sure about that. And then I can go to my favorites list and choose between the publications I want to read from. And then I'm trying to remember if I can go between sections on that. I'm not sure. I haven't done much with this. Have any of you done much with that?
Anybody? I don't think so.
I found that harder to work with. I think the phone is the easiest way to work with it, and the Victor Reader Stream is definitely the second option that I use. One thing with the Victor Reader Stream is it does not provide the target source circulars, and I don't know why. It provides the articles, the newspapers and magazines themselves, but not the other features like the target source circulars, job listings, or TV listings. I don't know why, but it just doesn't include those. Let's continue with that.
Kathy, we have 2 more questions with people with hands raised.
Okay, please.
Before
What
we
do
move
you
on.
have?
All right, so Sajil. Do you want to unmute yourself, please? Sajil?
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I want to know more information about the job listings and about the mobile app. If I can't use, if I have problems with it, who should I speak to about that?
That's where I'll get to. I'll probably say that at the end. Who you can call if you have any questions about using NFB Newsline at all. You would call either your local library or the NFB Newsline office itself. Why don't I give you that number now? It can't hurt to give it to you now. I'm going to give that to you now, but I also mention it at the end. To call to find out more about NFB Newsline, if you receive services from the, or even if you don't receive them, you can call your National Library Service for the Blind and Print Disabled. I'm so glad they changed the name, and ask for your NFB Newsline administrator, because they'll either have the person working at that office, or that person might be working at home or from another office, but the library will know how to or someone at the library will know how to contact them. So they can give you the person's contact information, or they can, if the person is in the office, they can connect you to the person. So that's one thing you can do with that. The other thing you can do is call NFB itself, which is the phone number 410-659-9314, and go to NFB Newsline, which I believe is number 5 or number 6 in their menus.
Can you repeat that number,
Absolutely. 410-659-9314.
Okay, thank you. Just really quickly, on this note, we had received information from Pam Gaston from the Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired that the CBVI pays an annual fee to NFB for Newsline service. So they ask that New Jersey residents should register for NFB Newsline through, as Kathy said, the Talking Book and Braille Center of New Jersey. So for New Jersey residents who are on the call, that is how you should register for the NFB Newsline.
Absolutely. Those are the people that I work with. When people register through the library or contact the library and say they're interested, then someone at the library will contact me and I sign the person up.
Okay.
That's the easiest way to do it, because then I can make sure that I have all the information that NFB Newsline would like to have. For example, if the person the person would put in their address and phone number, or I would, and then it has a place for a second phone number. So if I need to reach the person for any reason, or if the person's called me and left a message, for example, and I need to call them back, I can call their first phone number, and then if they have a second one, I call that one if I can't reach the person on the first one. And also, if the person has an email address, that does several things. When a person signs up for NFB Newsline, if they include an email address, their welcome letter will be automatically sent to their email address. And what I do is I send an automatic email that I send out to any subscriber. I put in their ID number and security code, which they need to enter in the first time they call, and then I sent it to the person by email directly with instructions on how to use NFB-Newsline, things like how to slow the voice down or how to speed it up, things like that. I'm glad to send them that information. And your New Jersey administrator might be doing that. I don't know. They are though. Yeah. So please, what was the other question that someone had?
Ashley, you had a question. I don't know if Ashley's still with us. Do we have any other questions at this time?
No. I have a question. For those of us who are new to this technology, which would be me and I'm sure a few others, are the tutorials the best way to start to learn about it? Or is there another way to just get into it and fool around with the programs and see what you can get on your phone?
Yeah, the tutorials are really good for that. I really like that it's read by the director of NFB-Newsline, Scott White. He reads the instructions himself. It's not a computer voice that reads that. So that's one way you can do it. The other way, though, is just listen to the options. When you call into the main menu, just listen to what options it gives you, and eventually, if you do this, you'll have it memorized. You'll have the numbers memorized that you want to push to call in to different places. When I call into a newspaper, I never memorize that. I listen through the menu so I can hear, for editorial, press 1, for national, press 2, for style, press 3, for sports, press 4, for things like that. I listen to the menus because it's really best to do it that way for newspapers themselves, because some sections, some days there's going to be articles in a section, some days there won't be, and that section won't be included. But in terms of like reading newspapers in your state, you press the number 3 and it'll go to the different publications. That's pretty standard. That unless they add a new one, which does happen sometimes, but not a whole lot, but it definitely does happen. And you can hear the list of menu options there. It'll just say, to get to this one, press 1. To get to this one, press 2. To get to this one, press 3. And it always does them in groups of 6. It does that so there's not a huge long list to hear. You can skip through. If you want a newspaper at the end of the list, for example, you would say the New York Times. You would press the number 6 the number 9. I'm sorry, a couple times to go to the next group of 6, because you'll know it's not at the beginning in the first group of 6 alphabet. I haven't even mentioned this. They put the newspapers or magazines in alphabetical order, so it's easy to get to each one. That's how you can do that. You can do either one. You can hear the menu or you can learn them. And I would definitely recommend the tutorial, because I haven't done that. I've checked out specific things in it, and I did not remember how to turn up the volume, so I apologize for that. It's an obvious one, and so I just should have remembered it, but I didn't remember that was an option. So if you go into the tutorial, you can hear the beginning. You can hear a section, and if you want to go to the next section, you just press, as you would with articles, just press the number 3 to go forward, or 1 to go backward if you want to do that. And then to get out of the tutorial, just press the star to get out of that. So to go to tutorial again, when you first call in, you press the number 1 for NFB-Newsline news and information, and then number 3 for the tutorial. I think that there's a lot in there. If there's 16 sections, there's a lot in there.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And someone asked about job listings. What happens with that is a person will call into job listings, and you can create a profile. Or how this works. You can. Do you want to hear that? Create a potential profile so you all can hear what that sounds like.
Go ahead.
Yes, please.
Okay, let me see if I can find. Okay, I'm going to create a... Why is it doing that? Let me try again. I don't know why it did that. Let's see if it does that again. Okay, good. I went through.
Welcome to NFB-Newsline.
Para continuar en español, aprieta 2.
NFB-Newsline is provided by the National Federation of the Blind along with state sponsors. To log in as Kathy Gosselin. Welcome, Kathy Gosselin.
that job
Please
was
select from the
9.
following options. Main menu. Welcome to Job Searches. To search Career Builder, press 1. To search USA Jobs, press 2.
I'm just going to choose USA Jobs because I'm more familiar with that. That's federal, so I'm just going to go to that one.
Welcome to Job Listings powered by USA Jobs. Before Newsline can present your customized job listings, you must answer a few quick questions about your job search criteria. If you are ready, create a job search now. Press 1 to exit USA Jobs. Press 2. Before using the touch tone keypad on your telephone, please enter your 5-digit zip code.
Okay, so I'm going to put in my zip code, which is 2009.
You have selected a zip code for Washington District of Columbia. If this is correct, press 1. Otherwise, you are currently set to search for jobs within 30 miles of your selected zip code. To keep the search distance and continue, press 1. To choose a different search distance, press 2.
I would probably want it 30 miles or less for sure. That's pretty big. So let me see if I can get it less.
Specify the distance to search for jobs from your defined zip code as a center of a circle. To choose all of District of Columbia, press 1. To choose 5 miles, press 2.
I'm going to do that.
To
I'm going to
choose
do
10
5
miles, press
Let's see what it
3.
says.
You have chosen to search for jobs within 5 miles of your selected zip code. To keep the search distance and continue, press 1. To choose a different, please select a job search series family. Note that these are not alphabetical, but are ordered by job series family code. Series family 0000, miscellaneous occupations, press 10. Series family 0100, social science, psychology, and welfare, press 11. Series family 0200, human resources management, press 12. Series family 0300, general administrative, clerical and office services, press 13. Series family 0400, natural resource management and biological sciences, press 14. Series family 0500, accounting and budget, press 15. Series family 0600, medical, hospital, dental and public health, press 16. Series family 0700, veterinary medical science, press 17. Series family 0800, engineering and architecture, press 18. Series family 0900, legal and kindred, press 19. Series family 1000, information and arts, press 20. Series family 1100, business and industry, press 21. Series family 1200, copyright, patent and trademark, press 22. Series family 1300, physical sciences, press 23. Series family 1400, library and archives, press 24. Series family 1500, mathematical sciences, press 25. Series family 1600,
25.
Please select a job search series. Note that these are not alphabetical, but are ordered by job series code. Series code 1501, general mathematics and statistics, press 10. Series code 1510, actuarial science, press 11. Series code 1515, operations research,
Okay,
press
do
12.
1515.
Series code 15. You have pressed an invalid key. You are searching for jobs
Oh, that's
with
right.
a
I have to
maximum
push the
annual
number
salary of greater than $120,000. Press 1 to keep this maximum salary and continue,
Okay, I
or
need to get
press
out of
2
that
to enter a
because
new maximum
this is
salary. Job listings main menu. Before
didn't mean to
Newsline
do
can
that.
present your customized job listings, you must answer a few quick questions about your job search
I'll leave
criteria.
the travel distance.
If you are
the
ready,
same as what I
create a
have.
job search now. Press 1 to exit USA Job. Press 2. Using the touch tone keypad on your telephone, please enter your 5-digit zip code.
Okay, put that in.
You have selected a zip code for Washington District of Columbia. If this is correct, press 1. Otherwise,
Pressing 1.
you are currently set to search for jobs within 30 miles of your
30
selected
miles, I'm
zip
gonna leave
code.
that.
To keep the search distance and continue, press 1. Please select a job search series family.
Okay, I'm
Note
going to
that
select
these are not
25. That's what
alphabetical,
I had before.
but are ordered by. Please select a job search series. Note that these are not alphabetical, but are ordered by job
The
series
problem is I
code.
selected the
Series
4-digit
code
number for it,
1501,
not the
general
2-digit number for
mathematics and statistics. Press 10. Series code 1510, actuarial science. Press 11. Series code 1515, operations research.
I did
Press 12.
1515, I
Series
should have
code
did 12.
1520, mathematics. You are searching for jobs with a minimum annual salary of $0. Press 1 to keep this minimum salary and continue, or press 2 to enter a new
So the
minimum
minimum
salary.
salary can be 0. I guess I would keep 1.
You are searching for jobs with a maximum annual salary of greater than $120,000. Press 1 to keep this maximum salary and continue, or press 2 to enter a new maximum salary. Search for jobs specifying a maximum annual salary. Select the desired maximum salary from the following list. To choose no maximum salary, press 1. To choose a maximum annual salary of $20,000, press 2.
I'm going to say no.
To choose a maximum annual salary, you have chosen a maximum annual salary of $0. Press 1 to keep this maximum salary. Your job search phrase is blank. Press 1 to continue, or press 2 to enter a search phrase.
So this is where you would say, I want to do research in, I don't know, research study, I guess I would put, I could put that word in or something like that. Or I don't have to put
Your
in a
job
phrase at all. I
search
could
phrase
just
is blank. Press 1 to continue, or press 2 to enter a search phrase.
So I'm just going to I'll leave it blank, so it gives me just anything it has.
To save this job search and continue, press 1. To discard this job search and return to the
Okay,
main
was
menu,
that clear
press
for
2.
everyone?
I think so.
Okay, so I don't want to keep that.
Job listings main menu.
Okay, I'm going
Before
to exit out
Newsline
of
can
this.
present your customer.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. I wouldn't use USA Jobs anyway, because the problem with that one is that it gives me the jobs with 3 years work experience, but with no, I didn't say my education. It didn't ask me about that, probably because I said no maximum salary and stuff like that. But USA Jobs has never been really good, easy to work with. But yeah, that's how job listings work. So you can make all those specifications. You could say how far away you want to work and what your minimum salary, your maximum salary is, and then also what kind of work you want to do. So that's pretty cool.
We do have another question.
What's that?
Lori?
Hi, Lori, I'm right here. What's the thing? What's the question, please?
Lori, you can unmute yourself.
I thought I had, sorry. Just a comment really that there's on YouTube, there's a training video done by NFB
National Federation of the Blind, middle of top.
for the Echo. So it's 2 years ago, and there was 1.8K views. So there's training material on YouTube.
For the Echo?
Yes.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, thank you, Laura. You think I'd remember that, but I just didn't remember things like that.
Thank you.
Because I
Do
find
we have
Alexa
any
hard to
other
work.
questions? Do we have a question? Do I hear a question? Kathy?
Yes.
Is there anything else that you wanted to cover?
Oh, well, let's see. The other thing, there's a section called My Newspaper that you can create in your favorite publications. And with that one, first of all, I didn't mention favorite publications. With your favorite publications, you can go to 0, which is the subscribers control panel from the main menu. And you can go into the option, which is my favorite create a favorites list. And then you can go through the list of publications. It'd be like what we heard when we went into the 5, which is read all NFB-Newsline publications. You would hear that huge list of options, but you wouldn't have to hear each one. You could press the number 9 to go forward 6 categories at a time. For example, 6 states at a time if you want to get to New Jersey or, say, Pennsylvania or Rhode Island or something. And then you would, whenever you wanted to add a publication, and you could include newspapers, magazines, or the announcements about services for the blind and print disabled. For example, the transport service, I think it was called.
Transportation, yeah.
Transportation. You can add that to your favorites. You just press, I think, the number 1. Or no, it would say to add this one to press 10, to add this one to press 11, to add this one press 12, things like that. So then when you call in a Newsline after that, you just press start to get back to the main menu. And then when you'd be at the main menu, and it would say to enter your favorites list, press 4, and you're automatically at your list of all your favorites. And that's really nice because then you don't have to go through all those menus to look for things. They're all together. That's something I totally rely on. And then within the favorites section, there's a section called or maybe it's newspapers in your state. I think it's in your favorites. There's a section called My Newspaper. Well, that one, if you only want to hear, for example, the sports section from New York Times, New York, whatever that newspaper was from New York, and say the Boston Globe, you could add those, you just go through the newspapers that you like and add the sports section, for example, to that My Newspaper option. So that's a really neat thing. That's a newer thing that they've added recently in the last couple of years. That's been really neat for people that want to just have a specific topic that they look up each time. It's not limited to one topic. I think you can have several topics in there.
That's good to know. We do have another question. Michelle. Do you want to unmute yourself, Michelle?
I'm unmuted. Yes, I'm sorry. I got in kind of late on the game, but is there going to be, are there going to be notes where if we run into trouble, we can reach out to someone? You may have already covered this and I just missed it.
Oh yeah, what I had said, and this is something I probably should repeat at the end anyway, which is if any of you have any trouble with Newsline, feel free to call your DC Public Library. Your New Jersey Library Service, where you get your talking books from. They'll either have an administrator working there, or they'll know how to contact that person. That's one way you can do it. The other thing you can do is contact the NFB-Newsline, NFB office itself, which is in Baltimore, Maryland, and they have a section for NFB-Newsline. So you call 410.
410.
Yep.
Go ahead.
659.
659.
Yep. 9314.
9314. Thank you.
Now, for the menu, it's number 5 or number 6, I think, to go to NFB Newsline.
Okay. Thank you. I'm not in New Jersey. I just thank them for providing this service. I'm actually in North Carolina. So are you saying we can call that state's department that provides book service for us, like for BARD?
Absolutely.
And they would be able to help? Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, that's really great.
Do we have any other questions for tonight?
And I must mention one other thing. One other thing you can do with Newsline, ##. When you're in a publication, if you do ##, then you can, or is it #9? It's either pound. I haven't done it in a while, but it's either ## or #9, and then you can enter the search mode. I think it's #9 actually. You can enter the search mode, and you can type in your word that you want to search for. Say you wanted to search for Olympics, you would type in the word Olympics by phone. You wouldn't use A as, or 2 is A, B, and C, and 3 is D, E, and F. You wouldn't do that. You would type in the word mechanically. So you type in Olympics would be 15 for O, because O is the 15th letter of the alphabet, and then L is 12, and then Y is 25, and M is 13. I love to work with this stuff, but it takes a while to get used to if you're new to that. And then you can press 99, I think it is, to go to your search results, and it'll check the whole publication. It won't just check. It'll check a specific publication, but it will check the whole thing, not just the section that you're in. And I really like. I haven't done it in a while, but because I would look for South Africa, and believe me, it takes a while to type that one in.
Very good.
Yeah, I think you
Any
can even
other
have a specified
questions?
search that it keeps coming. It'll recognize for you. So also, my work is on contract, and I won't be available to speak to a group or to answer questions until probably January or February. But if any of you want to ask me specifically for questions, I would be very glad to accept any calls from anyone. But probably as late as that.
We could send out information about how to sign up tomorrow in New Jersey and who our contact person is.
Yeah, that would be really good, and definitely, it'd be good if you contact that person, because then they know that they're helping someone out, and that's important. So, my encouragement is to do that, and then you can contact the national office. But if you do have a local person, I would contact that person, because that person, really wants to help you out, and I definitely encourage that.
I believe Elsa just said that Chris Reel is the contact person, but we'll send that to everyone via email.
That's really cool.
Stacy, you have a question?
Kathy, I think you know my sister.
You might be right. Who's your sister?
Alicia Graham.
I don't think I know that name. Where's she out of?
Well, she's a civilian contract. She's a military consultant. She was in the Air Force, and at one point she was in.
I'm sorry, Stacey, you're really breaking up. I can't really hear what you're saying.
Very difficult to hear you, Stacy. But it is a small world. You never know. Kathy, I really want to take this time to thank you for your presentation this evening. And just a reminder, the commission asks that New Jersey residents register for the NFB-Newsline through the Talking Book and Braille Center, which most of you already know. Thank you for your presentation this evening, and everyone else, I thank you for being with us. And thank you for being with us, Kathy. In closing, I want to remind everybody to join the Tech Talks Facebook page and to subscribe to the VLANJ YouTube channel, where you can listen to these programs that have been recorded, and especially when they are chock full of information like this one was. It's good to go back and review and listen to them. To learn more about programs or any questions you may have, you can call 973-627-0055. And I'm prompt number 4, and Elsa is prompt number 3. And I thank everyone for joining us tonight. I wish everyone well. Our next Tech Talk is going to be
December 7th. December 7th with guest speaker Sam Seavey, topic to be announced.
So it's a little different of a date, so keep that in your mind. In the beginning of December, not at the end.
Right, for clear reasons. Please, could I check into here? Stacy, can you say what you just said a minute ago? Because I want to hear you.
Wait, say that again?
Can you repeat what you said, Stacy?
Well, the last thing I said is thank you for.
No, and you're talking about your sister. How do I know her?
Well, I think she gave me your number like a while ago. At one point she was stationed in DC. Actually,
okay.
Alexandria. She actually still works under the Pentagon, but she's a military consultant now. But
wow.
But she's based in she lives in Mary Astor. She works at one of the bases down there. I can't think of the base right now. I think it's Egg One.
Very cool, Stace.
Yeah.
I wish everyone well, and you have a wonderful evening. And Kathy, thank you so much for your time and being with us.
Thank you, and I do encourage you to do one thing, and that's, of course, stay warm.
Yes.
It might be
it's easy
cooler.
In New Jersey.
Yeah,
Right
it's probably
now
cooler than in New Jersey than it is down here. It's in the 50s tonight, I think. So it might be cooler there. I can ask Alexa, but what are you not near? What's the city you're close to?
New York City.
New York, the capital? I think that's the capital, right?
No, Albany is the capital. New York City is the largest city we're closest to.
Oh, okay. You're not okay. What's the capital of New Jersey, though?
Trenton.
Trent.
Oh, that's right.
Where
You think I'd
where
remember
the
that?
Talking Book and Braille Center would happen to be.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I hope you all have a really good evening and definitely stay warm. And I hope you have a really good holiday season coming up.
Thank you.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much for
Thank you.
for this.
Take care, everyone.
You too. Thank you for being with us, everyone.
Good
Bye.
night, everyone.
Good night.
Stay
Good
well.
night.
Good night.